more of a chat, but we thought we'd move along with the first batch of players due to the fact that Brett has to head off with Glenn Manton for the membership drive on the footy show. So let's have our first batch of players, and I think they're on table number 1 and they'll be moving across. But as I say, Kyle, it's just an absolute humbling experience to be sharing the stage with so much, 6 players who are such a big part of the Carlton history and tradition.
Well, I think the thing that we've got to work for, and this is every player in the club, every official in the club and every supporter, that we maintain the great culture of our club. What's been written before us is only a start. We've got to enhance it, we've got to embrace it, we've got to learn about it and make sure, even though we're not going to be in there in 100 years' time, that the same values, the same thoughts about our club are passed on over the years. Because if that happens, then we're only going one way, and that's up, and we want to continue to be the best.
Terrific, Cole. Okay, our first batch of players, and I want you to give them absolutely good chosen words, and I want you to give them a huge ovation. This is a big night. It's especially a big night for the first man who'll be receiving the number 2 Guernsey. And we welcome him from the North Melbourne Football Club, the Kangaroos. He has seen the light and come to the best in the business, the Carlton Football Club. Would you please make him welcome to receive his medallion from Ken Hands, Mr. Corey McKernan. Look out. I'm sure you all maybe want to hear from Corey. Hey, why not? Bit of an injury, but I suppose a frustrating few weeks, Corey, but welcome to Carlton, and as you can see up here on stage, a very proud history to this football club. You must be settling into your new surrounds very nicely.
Yeah, it's been a little bit frustrating the last 5 or 6 weeks, but thankfully I'm getting out there and playing tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The challenge is starting at a new club, and I've come to a great club like Carlton.
How are you feeling going in tomorrow? I mean, how's the body? I mean, everyone wants to know about the injury and heading into round 1.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky that when I did find it, it wasn't I suppose what you call a traditional stress fracture, it didn't crack. It was only what they call a hot spot, and throughout that injury period, I really trained really hard. In the last couple of weeks, I tried to talk Brits into letting me play last week, but they wanted me to get the extra week of training underneath my belt, and thankfully I'm playing tomorrow.
You'd be itching to go, wouldn't you?
I really am, yeah. I can't wait. I really haven't felt like this for years, and I suppose in a way I have to contain my enthusiasm a little bit, but no, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
Welcome to Carlton, Corey. Corey McKernan, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, mate.
In his second year at Carlton, wearing the number 4, a famous jumper, Luke Livingston.
Congratulations on your elevation.
Our vice-captain for the coming season, what a wonderful player he's been since coming over from Glenelg, Andrew Mackay.
And I'd never met him before, but I love the way he plays, and every day he's a goer. Good luck.
Come and say that here, Ken. Come and say here, because not everyone heard that. So come and say, no, well, I think it's a fair rap, so you'd say.
No, well, I'm walking out of the past players one day, and I'd never spoken to Andrew, but I just touched him on the arm and said, I enjoy your football. If you've got players like Ratton and Mackay playing as they do every week, you're going to win more games than you lose. Thank you.
Fair rap, mate, from Ken Hands, and congratulations on the vice-captaincy, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. It's a great thrill, and I've got some great people around me, so I won't have to do a great deal. I've got Rats and Hickey, and all the crew that's been there a long while will help me out.
What does the navy blue jumper mean to you? I've got to ask you, because I mean, some of these players' first taste of getting their first jumper. Take us back to your first jumper, and what does it mean to you to get your jumper tonight? Still as good as number 1?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a good thrill just to keep on keeping on. I remember in '93 it was my first year, and I remember my first ever training was on a Saturday morning at 6:30, and Sticks and Doozer picked me up, and it was absolutely pouring with rain. It's my first day in Melbourne. I thought, crikey, here we go. The rumours are right about Melbourne, but the weather's improved and the footy's improved, so we'll just keep on going.
Mate, good luck for season 2002. Andy McKay, ladies and gentlemen.
To wear number 6 Guernsey this year, Adam Pickering. Adam's come up from our rookie list, so we're expecting him to play senior footy.
You're making me work hard.
We've heard him talk. We know what he plays like. Please give him an outstanding applause, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7, Brett Ratton.
He's a great competitor, and as I said before, if I all played like this bloke and Andrew McKay, we would win more than we lose.
Thanks, lads.
I'll go down.
Yeah, go. Lance Whitnell is wearing number 8 this year. Lance is not here. And the reason Lance is not here is because he's training to get over a specific injury, and the match committee saw fit to take every advantage possible. We're not in a position to play senior football at the weekend. The AFL make those rules, we don't. So we wanted to complement everything else to make sure that specific injuries and also general fitness are now enable Lance to be in our side for the first game. At this stage, we believe he will play, and he's such an important cog to our club. He wears number 8, like the famous number 8 that was worn by Trevor Keogh. The number 9 this year, our deputy vice captain, and if Ken said he loves the way that Rats and Macca play, he'd have to love the way Adrian Higmon plays. Wearing the number 10 jumper is Michael Mansfield, a jumper made famous by Johnny James and Adrian Gallagher. Michael. In his first year at the club, wearing number 11, recruited from Glenelg. We've had a bit of success with Glenelg players, and via the Kangaroos is Lindsay Smith. Welcome to Carlton Football Club, Lindsay.
Big moment for Lindsay Smith receiving his Guernsey medallion from Ken Hands. And Ken, thank you very much. You're going to stay on stage for a bit more of a chat. And we're now going to welcome Kevin Hall to continue the Guernsey presentation to our next player.
Number 12, Matthew Lappin. Welcome, Matty. Matty had a wonderful year last year. Fantastic year. We want him to do it again.
We will leave him alone.
Number 13, in his first year at Carlton, to come up for the first time, Justin Davies. Justin's via Shepparton United and the Murray under-18 side. Welcome for the first time, Just. Number 14, from Paran under-18 via Adelaide, another famous name at Carlton, no relation, but David Gallagher. Good. And they also call him Gags, like the other one. Number 15 this year will be worn by Sam CRANAGE, who is in his second year at Carlton Football Club. Sam's one of the players we're looking forward to playing senior footy this year. Good luck, Sam. Number 16, another South Australian, and by gee, he's been a terrific player since his first year in 1995, Scotty Campriali.
Might have a chat to him, mate. John, what do you think?
Me.
Yeah, come on. Righto.
Tell them how good you are. Tell them how good you are with the printing industry.
Yeah, come over here. Oh, he's one who gets the plug in for West End Press here, I'll tell you. No, he's at another company. You get that plug in a minute, Scotty. Welcome, Scott. Another big year coming up for the Blues, we hope.
Oh, well, definitely. Boys have been working really hard, and it was a bit disappointing last year, but we know where we need to improve this year, and we've been working towards that. So we're just biting at the bit to get there next weekend.
Now, receiving your medallion tonight, and with the names that are up here on stage, it's a terrific night for the club. Some huge names as far as Hall of Famers are concerned, but also just as far as the proud tradition and success of this football club.
Oh, definitely. I mean, those guys have been through thick and thin with the club, and you'd like to think one day that you might be up there alongside these sort of guys. And it is a team sport, but it's great to see these guys here that achieved a lot of team goals with premierships and that sort of thing. And hopefully the group that we've got this year, we can have a premiership alongside our names.
Good on you, mate. Scott Caparelli, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Scotty.
Number 17 this year to be worn by Scott Freeborn. Scott at the moment's got an injured Achilles, but he's about 3 weeks away from playing. Returning to Carlton after a year away to continue on with 70-odd games, number 18, Justin Murphy. On you, Murph.
Quick question. Quick question.
Just a quick one.
Now, what's that? Yeah, I'm going to interview him. Right. Yeah, thank you. Tell you, John's going to be my floor manager next week at Channel 7. Let's move. It's good though, John. I should have an earpiece in. Welcome, Murph. Now, we've welcomed Corey McKernan to the club, and we welcome you back. Is it good to be back at Optus Oval?
Yeah, it's been pretty strange for me. Feels like it's getting my first jumper again, but I mean, what this club means to me, people don't understand what I went through a bit last year, but to be back now is probably the best thing that's going to happen to me. Hopefully I can play good footy for the club.
What does it mean to you? I think even last year, I looked at you and you were still, you're Carlton, mate. it's...
Oh yeah, I suppose I'm pretty lucky in a way that's all happened, where the club have wanted me back and the coaching staff have been fantastic since I've been there. We've had a good pre-season. Hopefully I can play some good footy and repay them for having me back at the club.
It's good to have him back, isn't it? Justin Murphy, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Murph.
And number 18 for a player we expect to play quite a bit of senior football this year, Andrew Merrington. It's Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. Now I'd like to get Trevor Keogh to present the medallions. And to the players who receive their medallion off Trevor, I think when you leave football clubs, the one thing you want more than anything else is respect. This guy is respected. Trevor Keogh was respected as a player. He coached our under-19s. Fantastic in promoting players into the seniors. In 1987, he promoted players like Mick Kennedy, Shane Robertson, Mill Hanna, Ian Aitken, Warren McKenzie into that premiership side. And then he became runner for the club. If I got my jumper, be it my first or my last, or 10 or 12 in between from Trevor Keogh, I'd be proud about it. His first jumper or medallion from Carlton, number 20, Andrew Eccles. Andrew, Melbourne boy, and he's after playing in a premiership for Adelaide, he's back here with Carlton. Good on you, Andrew. Yeah. 86 to 2002, a long time. I know what you think of him, but show him by applause. Craig Bradley, number 21.
Not too quick, not too quick. Photo. Well, Bradley, you've been there and done it as far as this club's concerned. It's great to see. I'm sure everyone will agree that he's going on this year. How are you feeling going into round one against the Saints next Saturday?
I feel good. It's always good to get the pre-season out the road and get on with the games, because as football players, that's what we want to do. We're not too keen on all the time trials. We just want to play footy. So we're down to business now, and the last couple of training nights, Brits has put the hammer down, which is great for us. I think we've got a bit of a kick in the pants on the weekend, and it sent a message home to everyone that it's going to be a hard year for us, but if we do it the hard way, then we're a chance. So I'm looking forward to it on against St Kilda.
And a huge milestone for you.
Yeah, no, it'll be nice, but if we win it, I'll be wrapped.
Following a great champion of the club and a legend of the club as far as breaking that record.
Yeah, well, Dooley's a legend of football itself, isn't he? He's one of those icons. I think there's 3 or 4 players that's ever played. Dooley's in that bracket of he's just something special. So the games won't mean anything. He's he's just one of those great icons.
Good luck for the season. Craig Bradley, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, brothers.
Number 22, Glenn Manton. Funny, Mance. Become a vital player for us in defence, Mance. The big fella, number 24, Matthew Allen. Going to have the responsibility and he'll be up to doing it again. On you, Matty. They both come from Mirralbark, those two people. Number 25, Brendan FEVOLA. Another famous jumper at Carlton. Number 26, Sean O'Keefe. Sean's in his 2nd year at Carlton and looking forward to improvement. If you work hard, you get the rewards, and there's no better example at Carlton than number 27 in Darren Hume. Likewise, persistence. If you persist at it, you'll get the opportunity, and it's up to yourself. Number 28, Ian Prendergast.
Having a change. Thanks for Trevor Keogh, and we welcome David Glascott to the stage to welcome our next batch of our senior footballers for 2002 at the Carlton Football Club. Please put your hands together for Simon Beaumont, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Bowie, before you go, the floor manager's cued me. Bowie, the club means so much to you. I mean, a lot of people you speak to at the club, you're one of the best clubmen going around. You've been so consistent for the last few seasons. What are your hopes for 2002?
As Campo said a bit earlier, the end of the season left a bit of a sour taste in our mouth, losing to Richmond, the way we did, and losing a couple of key players. So I know the summer's given us a long time to think about that, and we're all pretty keen to make the most of this year and make up for last year. And
a lot has been said about you and your important role, especially possibly down back for the Blues now that Sauce has gone. It's hard filling, the fullback of the century, one of the club champions, one of the biggest names as far as the Carlton Footy Club is concerned, now on the coaching panel, but it's a tough void, isn't it? Hard void.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can ever really replace someone like Sauce. He's fullback of the century, one of the great, not only defenders, one of the great players of all time. So I think not one person can replace him. I think the whole collective backline are going to have to work pretty well together to fill the hole that he's left.
It gives plenty of players opportunities, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And we've had some young guys like Gags and Scotty Freeborn and these guys who have been playing down back, been tried down there, and they're doing really well. So it's looking pretty promising.
He's wearing the number 29 jumper in season 2002. Simon Beaumont, ladies and gentlemen.
Famous name at Carlton, and we recruited this player to wear number 30, the same number as his father under the father and son, Jarrett Waite, son of Vinnie. From Vanilla and the Murray under-18s. Only a young boy, but plenty of development, and we'll be giving him every opportunity. Number 31, a player who's become a very consistent player for us, Simon Fletcher. From a past number 32 to a current number 32, Brett Thornton, in his first year, will wear that number, and Brett comes from Oakley Chargers. Good luck, Brett, in your first year at Carlton. Number 33, coming into his third year at Carlton, Ryan Houlihan. A bigger and stronger Ryan Houlihan than last year. Number 34, in his second year, came from Tasmania, a player who we expect to play senior football this year and hopefully plenty of it, Simon Wiggins. Another second year player in Blake Campbell, who will wear number 35 this year. These are the boys who Ross Lyon is developing in the VFL side at the moment. Next player won or equalled in our reserves VFL best and fairest last year, and another one expected to play senior football, wearing Mark McClure's old number 36, Trent Spawn. Where's the next one? Our next presenter now is Michael Sexton. To a lot of people, he hasn't left the club for many years, but we certainly miss him around there. Thanks, Sicko. Great player. Truly great player. Number 37, a player Sicko would have played with, Trent Houghton. Number 38, a rookie player in Adam Matthews. If he can get his body right, he'll play senior football. Adam Matthews. He's got to work at that though. It's going to take a lot of hard work. They played alongside each other in premiership sides for a long, long time. Michael Sexton to present Ange Christo, number 39.
No, I'm not going to grill you. You've got to have a photo first with Secco, yeah. I think Kevin Hall just said, don't get shy right now. I've never known Ange to be shy. Welcome, Ange. It's a big night for the club again, isn't it? And it's, as I say, to have the Hall of Famers up here, what does it mean for you to get yet another Navy Blues Guernsey for 2002?
Well, I just thought about it. I think football to me is, it's been my life. So I wouldn't know where I'd be if I wasn't here.
What does this club mean to you? I mean, some of the players receiving their first jumper. I mean, what does Carlton mean to you when you walk into the locker room and stuff at Optus Oval? What goes through the mind? What does it invoke for you?
Well, lately, the last few years, I know it's been pretty difficult, but you know, I'm still there. I'm battling along, and look, it's just great to be associated with such a calibre team.
Terrific. Ange Christo, ladies and gentlemen. Well, good luck, Ange.
Number 40, Jimmy Plunkett. Become a vital member of the side, Jimmy.
Jimmy, just come in here, mate. Promoted from the rookies list last year, what a year for this man, ladies and gentlemen, to be hoping for a similar season in 2002. Welcome, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Two Jims. It's like the two Ronnies. Thanks, Jim. Good, Jim. Jim, are we looking forward to 2002? There's a lot of expectation in this room tonight. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm definitely most excited about the year ahead, and just can't wait to next weekend get started and get into it.
Was that way beyond your wildest expectations last year?
Oh, well and truly. Just after the 4 years I had at the Western Bulldogs, and then to come onto the rookie list at such a good club at Carlton, just to play one game was my aim, and to get 15 out at the end, it was amazing.
Who's been your number one influence on you since coming to Carlton?
Oh, there's been a lot of... every one of the boys has influenced me in one way or another, but Rats and Braddles, Campo, a lot of the boys have always helped, and it's just been fantastic by everyone at the club.
Mate, good luck for season 2002. We hope it's a repeat performance of 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Jimmy Plunkett.
Number 42 in his second year at Carlton, CALLAN BEASY. Another famous number worn by Wolsey. number 43, Anthony Koutafidis.
Do you want to hear from Kuta? Yeah. Best and fairest winner in 2001, but that awful day at the MCG against Richmond. Awful for so many reasons, but Kuta, congratulations on the BNF last year, but obviously it's a pretty tough time for you now watching the boys go around and prepare for round one against the Saints.
Yeah, it is pretty tough, Jim. You know, obviously I want to be out there with the boys, training with them, and it's been a pretty hard pre-season for me. I was lucky enough last year, I guess, to get back by round one. So I was pretty happy with that, but this year won't be the case. But everything's going to plan. I've been working really hard with Peter Schockman, who's been around the club for a number of years, and yeah, he's made it a lot more enjoyable for me.
What have you been doing? Just tell everyone what your training schedule's been like. Where are you at right now?
Well, if I go basically on the Mondays, I swim with the boys. I try to be a part of them as much as I can, and ride and do a bit of bike. On Tuesday, I train in the morning, 7 o'clock. Leg weights, which probably go for about 2 hours. I come back in the afternoon and do my running. Wednesday, I swim again. Thursday, same as Tuesday. Leg weights, 7 o'clock in the morning. Run again in the afternoon. Friday, I have a swim again. And Saturday, we combine both the running and the weights together.
Who's been the biggest inspiration to you since you've in your bid to come back? And I suppose everyone, the burning question is, when will you be back realistically?
Well, I'm hoping to be back in 3 months' time, which will make it 9 months since the day of the injury. You know, I guess anything can happen till then, so all I can do is just try to get out there and try to train as much as I can and do the best that I can while I'm out there. Biggest influence, look, I guess Peter Schockman's been there. You know, he's been there every morning with me, and he's set most of the program alongside the other boys in rehab of Mark Smythe and Glenn Kemp. But you know, the coaching staff also have been behind me, and they've been terrific also. So there's been a number of people, and you know, your teammates are always there, and they've been fantastic for me this year, and I, you know, appreciate everything they've done for me.
You believe in this group? You're confident they can do the job until you get back in July?
Look, there's no doubt the last 2 years we've, I guess, been a bit unlucky, but there's certainly a lot of talent there. The boys are really enthusiastic, and we've got a great coaching staff, and you know, the boys train really hard, certainly different to the early years when I first started playing. These guys are a lot more professional. Big Jack's laughing. Oh, what's wrong?
Right, a reply, mate. You got the microphone.
I'm not saying, but he pays.
He doesn't need a microphone.
He signs the checks, John, so I have to be nice to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, he wears the number 43 Guernsey, the best and fairest winner from 2001, Anthony Koutafidis.
One of our rookies in Michael Davis, who come from Morningside in Queensland via Essendon, will wear number 44. Good luck in your first year at Carlton, Michael. Anthony Francina to wear the number 45 again. Anthony. Another rookie who's already played in the Wizard Cup, number 46. There's a jumper he'll wear this year in Ezra Bray. Good luck, Ezra. Ezra's from Northern Territory, St Mary's, via Geelong. And our final jumper, number 48, another rookie for this year in Jordan Doring. Good luck, Jordan, in your quest to play senior football.
Okay. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The class, so to speak, of 2002. Let's wish them all the best as they strive for premiership glory for the Carlton Football Club. The senior list for the Mighty Blues in this new season, beginning on Saturday week against the Saints at Colonial Stadium. That was terrific, wasn't it, Colt? Great moment for some of these guys to receive it from our Hall of Famers.
I think it's fantastic. You always remember the first jumper you get, and I think as you go on, you remember every year and cherish every year.
It's changed a lot, Ken, I'm sure, from your day, the Guernsey presentation. I'll just over here, mate.
Thursday night.
So no, take us back. I mean, can you remember your first Guernsey? I mean,
It's Thursday night they got it.
Just ask you, just a few more moments with our Hall of Famers. Your first Guernsey, Ken?
No, the first Guernsey I played about the 5th game, I think, against Fitzroy, and I was thrown the Guernsey on Thursday night and said, "This is yours. Why are you here? Thanks very much," and away you go.
Secco, if you had some advice to some of the young players tonight, what would be that piece of advice?
I'm sure they've heard it all before, but it's a great opportunity ahead of you. Particularly at this club, it's a very successful club, and you can not only get a lot out on the football side of things, but also elsewhere in life. And I don't reckon you get too many better opportunities as your life goes on, so you want to make the absolute most of it. It can end sometimes quicker than you think as well. So you want to put in whatever you can, whenever you can, and make sure you suck as much out of it as you possibly can.
David, take your memories back, mate, especially for those first-year players or the ones that have got their first jumper.
Yeah, I guess that my memories of Carlton up here, and I'm a Carlton man all the way through, as everyone up here is, as other than Kevin, John. Being a Carlton supporter since I was 4-year-old, the only thing I ever wanted to do was play for Carlton. And I look around when I come here tonight and I'm still like a 16-year-old. People like Keith McKenzie I see here, who was just a great person and someone that helped me a lot, and Shane O'Sullivan, who's here, and he was bashed me around the head a bit when I was a bit out of line as a youngster, and those sorts of people who just, Carlton, it just means so much that, as Michael said, if you get a chance, you just got to grab it and do whatever it takes whenever you can just to be at this club, because it is the greatest sporting club, as Jack calls it, but it's the greatest footy club that you ever want to be at.
Hear, hear. Absolutely. Well spoken, David. And to Trevor Keogh and Kevin Hall, the jumper. What does it mean to you both, gentlemen?
Well, when I first came down from Bendigo, Bert Deacon was in charge as a secretary and Jack Rout as chairman of selectors, and I think probably prior to me coming down, which was about in 1969, 1970, they'd already started a tradition and a culture and a professionalism around the club, from the point of view that they used to try and recruit character and build the character on the blokes they recruited. And I think I've got a lot to thank those sort of guys. And then the ones that continued it on, John Nichols and Jezza and so on, and Wolsey, and there's heaps of them that you could name. But, that tradition, I think, started way back, and it's our responsibility to continue that on.
I think some of those names that Trevor mentioned in Bert Deacon, and they were guys that came along, and at that time when we first got our first jumper for the pre-season presentation, it was done. We'd go for a little picnic or a barbecue down to Jack Rout's. It's a lot of humble start. If it was a pie and sauce or a barbecue with a sausage on sizzle at Jack Rout's place at Balnarring, and we did that traditionally for years. And all you're worried about, and that's when you're a young bloke, is to will I have that? Will I be there again next year? That was the thing that always really was on my mind. Will I be there the next year and the next year? And I think that's something that we all want to think about. All the young fellas, they're keen, and don't take it for granted. And I know it's what everybody has said here. I think this football club, with all the programs in place, there's one thing I can be guaranteed to tell you, and any player that's ever played for Carlton, I think they've come here and they've spent years, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 5 or 10 or 15, they walk away from this club a better person than they came. And I think that's something that you can all look forward to in the future, and I'm sure that the players here that have been here for a few years now would agree with that. And I just wish all the young fellas all the very best of luck for this year, as well as the older guys who probably carry the fort a little bit more, but all the best, fellas.
Well spoken, Paulie. Ladies and gentlemen, As I say, it's been a humbling experience for me, being die-hard Carlton, to be sharing the stage with legends of the football club. Would you please thank our Hall of Famers? I know he's had to hop off to do his footy show commitments. Brett Rathon, ladies and gentlemen, the captain of the Carlton Football Club. To Michael Sexton, David Glasgow, Trevor Keogh, Kevin Hall and Ken Hands, please give them a rousing ovation. Thank you, gentlemen. Please keep the applause going as they leave the stage. Some great memories, wonderful achievements, so much a part of Carlton. Go on, you Hawley. Well, what a moment for the senior list of 2002. A new format, and as I say, we've still got a lot to come tonight, including the auction of those 5 items. The raffle will be drawn at around about 11 o'clock or just before that. And we'll be hearing, after our next little break, from the senior coach, Wayne Britton, about the year that lies ahead for the Carlton Football Club. As we go to the break, some highlights of the one and only, the man they call Cooter.